And we will not defeat hypocrisy by behaviors. We've got to do it at a heart level. So I'm talking about setting your values. Do you know what your values are, your true values are? One of the problems with that whole concept, my values, is most of us have two sets of values or priorities. We've got the values that we preach, the ones that we say are most important to us. And sometimes we even think that those are actually the most important things in our lives. That's the message we preach. But then there's the values that our behaviors and our actions actually reveal are really important to us. That's what we practice. Most of us have two sets of values. And one exercise that I have found very helpful for me to reveal those two sets is to envision myself at my own funeral in 3 years. You can try that this week. Envision yourself at your own funeral and pretend that there's 4 speakers that are going to speak and talk about your life and what was valuable to you, what made up your life, what was important to you. One from your immediate family, one from your set of friends or acquaintances, one from your work or your school, and one from your community or your church. What would they say about you? What would they say by the way they saw you live, what was important to you? And what's more haunting for me is what they might think but not say publicly. What are the disappointments they might have? What are the things they saw in my life that they didn't want reproduced in their own? You know, I was thought about this last night, and I was preparing again. I actually rewrote my sermon last night because I didn't like the first one. And I was thinking about this in my life, and I thought, you know, what I fear people might say about me is that I was too busy. Yeah, and I can attack that with my behaviors. But if it's true that I'm too busy, or they might say that there's not enough joy in my life, that stress got me, you know, I was too serious. What does that say about my values? And I haven't worked this all out. I got some work to do here. But it says it's possible that what I still value what other people think of me more than I actually thought I did. It's possible that I don't have as much faith in God as I actually thought I did. And here's the problem. I actually preach against those things. I preach against hypocrisy. I preach against worrying about what people think of you. I preach against making your decisions on fear. And yet it's possible that there's still a measure of that I haven't thought about. And all I did is think for 10 minutes about what people might say about me.